Good morning, day 77, Saturday, May 12th. Leaving the days in Carlisle. Spent a $60 night there. It was fine. Was able to do a video or post a video and get some rest, get it cleaned up, 2 showers, which felt good. Eat at our diner, get a little bit of resupply. Now I'm back on the trail. I got a challenge today. It's 9:35 or so, 9:40 actually, and there's huge weather coming in today. Potential high damaging winds, hail, even a tornado possibility. Sky's very unstable right now and dark, but I just listened to the last forecast and they said most likely not to around 4 o'clock. So I'm darting out of here, and there's a shelter at like 6 or 7 miles and one at 14. My preference is to get to the mile 14 one, but we'll see. I know if I went to mile 14, I'd be cutting it rather close to the impending storms, but we'll see. Also a little anxious because there's so many new hikers on the trail, flip-floppers who started at Harper's Ferry. I already encountered this just a day ago where I couldn't get into a shelter when it was terrible rains coming because there were so many new hikers on the trail. I don't know what I'm going to encounter with that, but we'll see. I hope I don't regret this, but I'm heading out. Also worth mentioning, my pack, Granite Gear Crown 2, got a little hole in it near the shoulder strap. And I called Granite Gear. Wow, what great customer service. They just said, where are you going to be in 5 days? We'll ship you a new pack. When you open up the box and take the new pack out, put your old pack in there and send it back to us. Send us a picture. And easy peasy. Great customer service. I think my little hole, I got anxious that it might just tear out the shoulder strap. Who knows, but I love the pack. It's great, it's well priced, it's light, and just a shout out to Granite Gear for top-notch customer service. Talk to you later. Whew. Hi guys, day 77, late morning, trying to get to the shelter. Check this out. This is what volunteers built. A beautiful seat built into the mountains. And why would you have a beautiful seat? Because you have a beautiful view. Wow. It's all foggy down there, and it's a tough weather day, but it's still quite beautiful. So I'm pressing on. I'm almost at the first shelter. I have about, it's close to noontime. I have about 8 miles to get to the second shelter. The sky's supposed to open up around 4 o'clock. I hope they're right, because I'm only going to get to the shelter around 3 or 3:30, and I would not want to be out. They say super high winds, potential for tornadoes, hail, and heavy downpours. So, pressing on, pushing hard, not stopping for lunch. Did start late. I mean, I had a nice diner breakfast, but yeah, if I can make it to the shelter and get out of the weather and still have a dry sleeping system and not have to take my tent out, I'll declare victory. See you later. Very nice woodland flowers. Not quite sure what they are. I don't have a cell signal, so I can't look it up, but you can see them here. And just by their sheer quantity, it just makes for a very nice setting. There's invasive honeysuckle. Actually, in the woods here, now you see daffodils, or perhaps narcissus, and those don't grow naturally here. Not that I hate to call them invasive because they're so nice, but there must have been some sort of encampment or something that would cause a human to plant those bulbs here some time ago. Very interesting. It's not uncommon. You see narcissus growing near the remains of an old foundation. Indeed, when you look in here, you realize this is daylilies. So there must have been a homestead here. Daylilies are pretty aggressive and strong, so they spread. Must have been something here. Maybe I'll see a sign of a foundation or something. But all interesting. It's about 12:30, day 77, Saturday, May 12th. I'm trying to hoof it. I still have about 6 miles to go to get to the shelter. It'll get me in around 3 o'clock at this pace. And I'm anticipating, the weatherman said at 4 o'clock skies are going to open up. And right now it's dry. It's a little bit bright. The weatherman also said hope that it doesn't get too sunny or warm, because there'll be added energy in the atmosphere, and that'll make the afternoon storms even worse. But pressing ahead, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a good hiking day. It's not rainy. It is damp and humid out here. I'm a little sweaty with my rain shell on, but you know, I'd rather have that at the ready. And as I come down here, I can see another tree blooming across the side of this swampy area. My guess is it's a dogwood, a common dogwood. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Otherwise known by its name, Cornus florida, a native dogwood. And what do we have here but a structure that must have been, it's like a trough, a cement trough, undoubtedly for feeding livestock. And now just growing mosquito larvae. Better get out of here. Okay, enough for that. I gotta move on. See ya. Oh my gosh, I'm filming a lot. I know. But I just came out of the forest in a swampy area. The edge of a beautiful farm. Wow, look at that. These vistas are something. And I'm going to go across this field, and I have no idea where that brings me, but it's all good. And no, I think there's a white blaze on the hill. Good. Yeah. Does this not look bucolic? Bit of a monoculture. Probably doesn't have as much support for animal life, but still beautiful. It is really nice. Wow. It'd be great to have a couple of dogs and let them run around here and spend some time getting the ticks off them. But lucky me, out on a Saturday hiking, and it's not raining on me. See ya. Hi guys. About 2:30, about a mile out from the Cove Mountain Shelter. Things have become just really arduous the last few miles. About 4 miles out, you have a steep climb. Sweating bullets on that one. And then once you get up on the ridge line, it's just this jumbled rock that is determined to twist your ankle and wear out your feet. So it's like a 14-mile hike from Carlisle, and I don't know, I'd say maybe the first 8 miles is quite pleasant, and then the last 4 or 5 miles you got to earn it. It's just very tiring, leaves your feet very sore walking on these rocks. They're like just sharp-edged rocks, twisting your feet every which way. My toes feel all bruised, but still a mile out. So, and blue skies, which is good. I think I'm going to get there before the rain, which is even better. Hopefully it will not be crowded or even occupied. That'd be interesting, and that'll be cool. I just want to stay out of the heavy downpour after my experience just a few nights ago, where I was tenting in a heavy downpour, and while I stayed mostly dry, there's so much mud getting kicked up. I was in a field or in a spot that really didn't have any grass or leaves. It was just dirt. So all the dirt splashed up over the edge of the tent past the rain fly into the netted section of my tent. And I kind of woke up. You'd think I was mud wrestling. and that wasn't pretty. So, but I think I have a reasonable chance of getting a spot in the shelter, and that's going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome thing. Okay, talk later. Hi there. I arrived at the Cove Mountain Shelter around 3 p.m. I'm the only one here, which is kind of cool. It's got 4 bunks and places for bags to be thrown on the ground, or pads. You could probably squeeze some people in some overhead sections. It's got a bear box. From what I gather, the spring is down a steep hill where I'm about to go get some water. And as desired, I got here at 3 because the meteorologist said anytime after 4 the skies could open up. So this is pretty good. I'm going to be in a enclosed, 3-sided enclosure for when the difficult weather comes in tonight. So all good. A lot of bugs, but yeah, things are good. I'll be curious how many more folks show up. Talk to you soon. Good morning. Day 78. Just left the shelter, Mountain Cove Shelter. There's intense rain coming in. I contemplated staying at the shelter just at 0. It's a decent shelter, but frankly, I think I'd have just been too bored and I'd have run out of cell phone battery power. Duncannon is 3.5 miles ahead, so I'm going to go as fast as I can to try and get there. There's pizza. There's a cheap hotel for $25, pretty run down, called the Doyle. And I'm thinking I'll stay there. At least I can be somewhat stimulated and stay out of the weather. But the AccuWeather radar imagery looks very intense. It looks like it goes on for hours and hours. I wish I hadn't waffled because I think I'm gonna get hit by it before I reach the town. Hence my poncho. But it's raining now. But it's not coming down in buckets at the moment. Excuse me, I'm slipping. So day 78 starts now. About 8 o'clock. I only had a Cliff Bar and a sip of water, but by the time I decided to leave, I said no time for the fancy breakfast, so I'm gonna just haul butt into town, and I'll talk to you later. Hi guys, I'm just leaving Duncannon. The rain has stopped, at least temporarily. Looking down at 2 beautiful herons, one still there, and this is my day. It's the rain is mostly stopped, but it's going to come back, so I'm hoofing it. I got to Duncannon, had some pizza as soon as the pizza shop opened, and now I'm going to hike another like 10.5 miles to the shelter to stay on schedule. I'm just praying that the heavy rain holds off for now, and we'll see. One way or the other, I'm going to keep hiking. Yay! Hi guys, early afternoon update. This has been a day of indecision. When I woke up, I wasn't sure if I wanted to move on because it was so rainy. But there was a break in the rain. I made for Duncannon. Then I thought I might stay at the famous Doyle Hotel, but they weren't open for another hour. So I grabbed some pizza, and then after the time I finished pizza, it appeared to be a break in the weather. So I said, what the heck? I pressed on. Right now it's 1:15. I have about 8 miles to the Peters Mountain Shelter. So despite several rounds of indecision, I'm still on schedule, which is good. And so I think I neglected to name the beautiful and broad river that I passed, the Susquehanna. Can't quite see it there through the fog, but it was really quite large. And yeah, so this is gonna, hopefully, if I can get to the shelter before more rain breaks out, which is, I'm going down a steep rock face here, so bear with me. Then I'll be It'll be my lucky day. But I'm not even going to look at it again, the weather that is, because it'll just annoy me if bad weather's coming, because I am pressing on. And 8 miles to go. Should get there, 5 o'clock or so. And I think I'll be able to get a space at the shelter, even though I know there's a bunch of guys that I know, 6 or 7 of them in front of me. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I fell. It's okay. Don't mind me. Number 2 fall today. And yeah, I gotta put my phone away and use my poles. Hang on for dear life. Yeah, but I think it's gonna be good. So, decent day. See you later. Good morning, day 79. Leaving Peter's Mountain Shelter. It was dry inside, but wet outside. And I'm heading, I think about 18 plus miles to get to the Roush Gap Shelter. And I think I've got competition for a limited number of spots. It's a tiny little old shelter. But today is supposed to be pretty dry. But the rest of the week's supposed to rain. I think tonight's might be raining as well. So I'm motivated to get going. It's 7 o'clock and I'm on my way. 18 miles to the Roche Gap Shelter this way. Yesterday was a pretty good day. Dodged the heaviest of the rain. I was pleased when I got here to Peter's Mountain Shelter. I saw my old friend Choo Choo, and we plotted some joint stays ahead, including the Rockin' Soul Hostel, which is in 45 miles. And that should be a good stop. They even have tours of the Yingling Brewery, so I might spend an extra day there since I also have to get my replacement backpack in Hamburg, which is not too far from there. So yeah, that's the plan. 7 a.m. again, day 79, Monday, May 14th. I'm on my way. It's cool out here, but that's actually probably good for hiking. See you later. Hi guys, I've just entered an area of expansive amount of ferns, and it's really quite nice, and it's almost all on one side of the trail, although I can see more in the woods ahead. It's really kind of nice when you see that. It looks like a really verdant lawn from a distance, and then you see the ferns when you get up close. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, at least to me. See ya. Hey guys, so much for Leave No Trace Behind. I just found a beautiful but still invasive Japanese barberry. God, I hate these things. They're so terrible for the local plants and wildlife. And I decided to get myself a little dirty, and I pulled it out of the ground. So much for Leave No Trace Behind. I've just wreaked havoc on an evil enemy plant. So be it. Hey guys, hiking with Choo Choo here. In his sharp young eyes, found this beautiful salamander on the trail. Look at the little spots on its back. It's got a little insect there. It's trying to hide under a leaf. I think if it stays here, it's going to get stepped on. I might have to push it off. So we've been studying it. It's talked to us. Its name is Fred. We're going to leave it now. We're going to try and push it back in the woods so it doesn't get squashed, which has probably happened to many of its fellow salamanders. See ya. Day 79, approaching the Roche Gap Shelter. Choo Choo in the lead. Hoorah! And it's pretty far up. It's 0.3 from the main trail. No sign of it yet. I was hoping this clearing would be it here, but dang. Yeah, good camp spot. I think I might have to shut down for a second, restart when we get closer. Do it then. Okay guys, now we're approaching the shelter, which has miraculously survived this tree fall down. It's a testament to hybrid old stone foundations with a ugly 1960s roof line. Very strange.
Looks like we got a spring right in the front.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, nice. Water source. This thing's got mice written all over it, but oh well. Yeah, what can you do? Not going to rain here inside tonight. I'll have to recheck the weather. If it's good tonight, maybe I'll tent. Interesting place. Good morning, day 80. It's about 7:15, Tuesday, May 15th. And leaving the Roche Gap Shelter, going to, I think it's called the 504 shelter, which is like 17 and a half, 18 miles ahead. It's, again, I think I said 7:20 or so in the morning. It's early. Should be able to get there early. Right now, the sun's starting to come out, but there's rain and thunderstorms forecast for the day. My suspicion is it's in the afternoon. So the hope is that if I hike early and hard, I can avoid much of the heavy rain activity. Did rain heavy overnight. The Roush Gap Shelter is a bit of an oddity. It's like basically in a hole, like a little damp bomb shelter, but at least we stayed out of the rain, which was good. And starting another good day. I feel great. My pack is super light, in part because I have no food. I'm running out, so I got to get to a resupply option pretty soon. And I also have to figure out my sleep system, since I'm toting around a 20-degree quilt and a sleeping bag liner, all of which is really way too hot for this weather. I don't know if I want to drop for a 40 or 50-degree bag. I have a synthetic one at home, but it undoubtedly weighs more than my quilt, so I only want to swap things out if I go lighter. So I'm going to have to think about that in the days ahead. Other than that, things are going great. Talk to you soon. Hi guys. Just coming out of a long section of woods, and just as I was coming out, there was a pipeline, seemingly an above-ground pipeline, big one, like a maybe 4 or 5 foot circumference, or on the, not circumference, diameter on the pipe. And I'm out in the sun, and I can see that pipeline going there across that hill. Big. And interesting, a bit strange that there's apparently no effort to bury it. Seems like a bit of an eyesore and a potential for some vandalism unless you protect it somehow. Well, it's a hot day today. A fellow hiker said it was supposed to be the hottest day of the year down here in the 80s. It's not yet 9, and I'm sweating. Got to reposition my gaiter, neck gaiter, as a like a sweatband, and I'm gonna try and make it 17 or 18. I think it was 18 today. Actually, we're on a positive note. Choo-Choo and I are probably in the best shape and the most pain-free of our entire hike, but the weather hasn't necessarily cooperated. For the last 4 or 5 days, we've really been focused on getting from one dry spot to another, since our clothes have been soaked, which, excuse me, excuse me again. Since our clothes are soaked, everything is soaked, and no fun to set up a tent in the rain and have it be rained on and then break it down in the rain. So we've been aiming for shelters, and for whatever reason in Pennsylvania, the number of shelters has diminished. So otherwise, I think we're quite capable of going another 5, maybe even 10 more miles a day. But right now the weather's fantastic. The forecast is for thunderstorms and rain today, but I haven't seen an update for a day. I'm guessing that's like afternoon thunderstorms. So maybe I'll be at a shelter by then. But you know, with the warm weather, getting rained on isn't the end of the world. It's when it's in the 50s or below that really dislike being out for hours and hours in heavy rain because it just soaks through everything and you do start getting cold. But, you know, in summary, things are pretty good. Things are quite good. I'll talk to you later. This far north and still another rhododendron tunnel. It's funny, I thought this was a southern thing, but I'll take it. It is a swamp in here, though. But it's nice, a respite from the heat, but not humidity. I gotta try and keep my feet from not disappearing into the mud. But pretty cool indeed. Still early morning, sweating bullets. It's hot out here, but it's not raining, so that's a good thing. And better to be hot than too cold, so I'll take it. See you later. Just crossed a highway, and undoubtedly this was a bridge from another time that was converted to pedestrian use. I'm trying to find a shady spot we might be able to read it. It's called the Berlin Iron Bridge. Probably can't read that. East Berlin. It says Connecticut, but I don't know how that could be. Oh, that's where it's from. The Berlin Iron Bridge Company, East Berlin, Connecticut. It says more things, but it's far enough away I can't see it, but pretty cool. And this is the way across. Haha. Just got a signal. Check the weather. They said torrential thunderstorms at 3 and beyond. So, hoofing it, trying to get to the shelter. This is very cool. If you look at this bridge, how they appear to have laid the boards down vertically rather than horizontally. And with my only camera, I'm going to reach over the edge. The water's moving pretty darn quick out there. Pretty. Why is this not nice? Right now, it's a little bit of a breeze. It's sunny. It is humid, but it's tolerable. Lots of birds singing. I see a cardinal there chirping in the trees. And all is well for this HE through hiker. Talk to you later. Hi guys. Just finished ascending a 1,600-foot hill. Just dripping with sweat. I'm near the top now and on a little ridge line. And this is what my views are now. I can see some beautiful scenery through those branches, but you know, barely. And now that the leaves are on the trees, it's all kind of peak views, you know, little peekaboo here and there, but still pretty up here. But it just reinforces. I was fortunate to start early. I think the whole view of the trail is different, and it's at times it's a little bit more claustrophobic here with the surrounded by, as they say, the green tunnel. But it's all good. I'm glad I've had and will have some of each. And it's almost 11 o'clock, pressing on because of the heavy showers. I have about 9.9 miles to go. So I think if I hustle, I should get to that shelter, which is rumored to have a solar shower before 3 when the torrential rains start. So we'll see. It's a little nice little breeze up here, better than in the deep woods where it's just absolutely sweltering with humidity and heat. But another positive day on the AT. Hey guys, 7 miles from the shelter. Things have turned in on this ridge line into a real kind of miserable rock scramble here. It's just sharp-edged rocks, big rocks, rocks and rocks and rocks. And unfortunately, it just kind of wears down your feet and ankles very quickly. Oh, look, dirt. Oh, no, that doesn't last. Back to a field of rocks and rocks and rocks. Wow, unbelievable. At least this is bigger rocks, but it's all kind of tiring. 7 miles to go. It's almost 12, and yeah, just trying to get to the shelter before the heavy rains. Not get lost. I don't see any white blazes here. So this is this one. Yep, across the rock field. Okay, cool. These rocks actually are a little bit easier to walk on because they're bigger than the ones I've been walking on. So yeah, this is an improvement. Broke my, you can see here's one of my poles. The spike on this pole. No spike on that pole. Just kind of fell off, I guess. Probably got stuck in a hole somewhere. It's this kind of terrain is indeed murderous on your poles as well as your ankles. But what are you going to do? I've been forewarned that this is what Pennsylvania is all about. Freaking rocks. And it's true. Whoops, did I say rocks? Got through that minefield and got to this. This is the kind that I really don't like. The small, sharp edge ones that you can roll your ankle on and it take a long time to work your way through. It's just slippery. Rocks are a little wet, and yeah, this just, as far as I can see around the corner, this just goes on and on and on. Lovely. Here's an uncommonly beautiful view. Saw our lookout sign on a soft dirt path, different than the rocks, so I said, what the heck? Followed it down here. Really nice. Here's my fellow hiker. You want to say hi?
How's it going?
And foul name?
Oh, Party Foul.
Party Foul. There we go. Started around the same time as me back in spring or in February.
Yeah.
I think we just kind of met up today, which is interesting. But we endured the same crazy weather. So, good deal. Hey guys, half mile from the 501 shelter, coming out on a trail. This must be geez, it looks like a ski area, except that it's a freaking cliff. Maybe it's a gas pipeline, but a little bit of eye candy. Boy, does that look pretty. Wow. Have to, even though I'm desperate to get to the shelter, look over the edge. Yeah, okay, it goes into the woods. Pretty. My feet are wrecked in these Pennsylvania rocks. Here's a nice little grassy area here, and I'm hopeful the last half mile or so to the shelter will get better. Looks a little better. Little. Still rocky, but not as bad as it has been. Yeah, I think it's about 18 miles today. Some of the rock pile formations are just really hard, tiring. This isn't too bad though. I can't wait to get there. It's only about 2:30. Been hustling trying to get here before storms come in. Temperature's starting to cool off. It's windy, kind of indicative of like a cold front coming in. And this shelter also has an outdoor solar-powered shower. I'm going to check that out. Hopefully it's functioning. I'd love a shower. I am so sweaty and stinky and have been that way for days, which is no fun. No fun. A little cool shower, heck, even a cold shower right now. Yeah, this is more normal rock-wise, which is not to say good. Would feel great. So I'm going to hang up here and focus on the rocks. Rain's coming down hard on the 501 shelter. Yikes. Pretty windy, huh?
Oh yeah.
Cool things off though, which isn't a bad thing. I'm glad I'm inside. It would truly stink to be in a tent. or just hiking. Good morning, day 81. It's Wednesday, May 16th. I've recently left the 501 shelter, the large shelter. It was full up and then some. There was room, I think, for 16 hikers, and there were 18 in there. People sleep on the floor. And I'm sure it was so crowded based upon the nasty weather we had yesterday. Heavy rain, lightning, thunder. Had it all. Lots of precipitation in the late afternoon to the evening. Did rain more overnight. It's raining now, but not terribly heavy, so it's not really a deterrent to making much progress. Today I'm heading 9.5 miles to the Rock and Soul Shelter, or Rock and Soul Hostel rather. I'm plumb out of food, so I need to stop and resupply. And that's 9.5 miles. Should be able to get there in 4 or 5 hours. And yeah, 4 hours or less actually. And I'm here with Choo Choo. Oh, he's somewhere ahead of me, but I'm hiking with Choo Choo today. And things are good. Yeah. One of the reasons I'm going to this hostel is not only just to get food, because I've never had so little food left in my bag, my food bag, but it's just been raining incessantly here for about the last week, and everything about me is wet and stinky, and that pervaded the whole shelter last night. Everyone was wet and stinky. We all need to have our clothes dried out and washed and dried, and the hostel has that, so another reason to go there. So that's the morning update. Things are going well. Should be an easy day. Should be nicer smelling by the end of the day, once I find the washing machine and facilities. So all good. Talk to you later. Hey everyone, I caught up with Choo Choo, our accountant friend from Houston who wants to move to New Hampshire and whom my wife wants to sell my New Hampshire house to.
I'll take it.
Evil wife, Anna. No, I shouldn't say that, but we get a beautiful view. We've taken off our shells. I took off my kilt. It's still a little drizzly out here, I think, but it's just too damn hot hiking with that stuff on. And this is a freaking minefield of pain. We're just commenting, if someone was to start hiking in Pennsylvania, it might be a short-lived hobby because this is just really arduous. And if you start here and you like it and you can handle it, then man, you can take on anything. These rocks are something.
100 more miles of this.
Oh, 100 miles, Choo Choo said. Oh, that's sad. Oh well, yeah, look at it. Oh man, see ya. Hi guys, another beautiful view on a cloudy and damp morning. Oh boy, doesn't look rocky down there. Looks rocky here. Does it look rocky to you guys?
Not down there, but
this couple slept with mice last night.
Yeah.
Mice, best friends.
We're
Yeah, you slept like 3 feet from them, running around. You guys are brave. I'm glad they were down that end of the shelter.
Yeah,
oh dear. Hi guys. Things have gone downhill further for Choo Choo and I. The rain is coming down heavy, so we stopped and put our shells back on. I got my kilt, and Choo Choo's got his rain pants on, but it's kind of turned into a muddy river, which truly stinks. Say the temps in the high 50s. For you would-be hikers, this is a good lesson. This is what you have to be prepared for. Oh man, I'm gonna just go around that. The woods here, look, destroying some woods, but oh well. Well, they say no rain, no pain, no main. This is what they mean. But the good news is we have less than 3 miles, and our day will be a short one because then we're going to call the hostel owner to come and pick us up. So, yeah, but this last week or so has just been rainy. And Choo-Choo, am I going the right way, or they all go to the same place?
I think we're going the right way.
Yeah, because there was a split there. Yeah. So, yeah, feet are soaked. And once your feet get soaked, they start sliding around in your shoes, which then just creates more wear and tear on your feet. This gets more sore. Oh, brother. I have to shut this down so I can focus on staying upright. But, yep, here's the trail, day 81. Someplace down in Pennsylvania, Roxville. Okay, guys, we hiked the 9.5 miles to the road for the hostel guy to pick us up. When we called, he said he was busy doing something else and he couldn't get us for over an hour, so he gave us instructions to hike through the woods, and now we're hiking down another road and just trying to get there a little faster. But it's total mud fest in the woods. It's still raining. It's a challenging day on the trail. Choo-Choo's backside is covered with mud. Who knows how many ticks we have, how the amount of blazing we had to do to get through past and around deep water and deep mud. But we're still not there. We'll end up doing an extra mile or two to get to the hostel. Hot shower's been delayed but hasn't been canceled, so things are still going to turn around.